Om Shri Sadguru Bhagwan Shivanandaya Namah. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagwan Shivanandaya Namah. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagwan Shivanandaya Namah. My humble salutations and prostrations at the lotus feet of my Divine Master Sri Swami Shivananda and at the feet of my beloved Master Sri Swami Sajananda. I greet you all in today's function, a special word also to have His Excellency, the Prince of Kopindangene, Undwana Pindangene, Sheng Kawalisa, amongst us today, together with Her Royal Highness Injankulu Umkayunkosi, with us, Dinangwe, Undwana, Tutugezwe, Sheng, Zinyana Lesilo, Princess Kebo, Zulu, our respected leader, Mr. Vivian Reddy, Mr. Omi Singh, Mrs. Fawzia Peer, our respected Mr. V.H. Sabisa, whom I've known over 25 years, Swamiji, my pranams, Inkosi, Mandungeni, Inkosi Kiliza, Professor Mapalala and his lovely wife. My mum is here today with me, together with Ishwari, my wife, my family that is also here, and all my friends, religious leaders, those that I work with Shivananda World Peace Foundation, all the yoga experts that are here today, businessmen. I greet you all. I may not be able to mention all of you here today, but today is very humbling when I give thanks to the late King, my father, also my dad, that we grew up in Kwatugoza. Everything is in the book. It will be emotional for me. But what I'd like to say, also some of my school friends are here. We have come from humble beginnings, Mr. Seelan actually. We have come from very humble beginnings. When we talk of indenture, we talk of Indian that have struggled very hard. And today, we stand before you giving thanks to my mom, my parents, who struggled very hard just to give us food. And Mr. Vivian Reddy also has his own story to tell. A long journey. And today when we have a lot of racial remarks against Indian people, we look back and see the work of Swami Sajananda with Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, which had started then in 1973, where there is no such term as social cohesion. It happened naturally because of the power of love and oneness. And so many people over the years, millions, have been educated through these infrastructure projects. One such project that educated people was the Sivananda Technical College in Kwamashu, which was built in 1987. During the peak apartheid days, buildings were burnt, institutions were burnt in Kwamashu and Umhlanga. including the palace that was burnt down in Kwamashu. But the Sivananda Technical College, that is just 100 meters away from the palace, was not burnt down. Such, we can conclude, is the power of God, because God ordained all these things. I'm standing before you because everything was ordained. Nothing happens by chance. Me meeting His Majesty was not by chance. My meeting with the Prime Minister to the Zulu nation is not by chance. Today, my second mom is in the royal family. I'm there. Give me so much of love. Both Ishwari, my whole family is welcomed in the palace with so much of love. His Majesty used to really be so happy whenever my mom used to come. And then I asked, he met her, and he introduced her to everyone. And he said, I want my people to know you when they see you in the streets, to know who you are. So if we look at everything that transpired, everything ultimately surrounds God. I don't know what I have done in my past words to have such an elder statesman of our country, such a respected leader at such the age of almost 95. I also feel pain because to have him also stand here, to be here, being so old, but nevertheless, such is the greatness of him, to be here. To serve the nation, ngiyabonga kakhulu Shane, siyathokoza kakhulu. Also, I must also acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Mazisi Kunene, who also is doing great work here in Durban. Ngiyabonga mama. We have so much of greatness amongst us. If we come together and put all of us, our country would be a beautiful one. Monday we have strikes happening all over, but there's a lot of fear amongst all the communities, not just only the Indian community, but all the communities. But unless we stand together and say no to this foolish behavior, then only we'll be able to continue. We don't know what's the future, but we can come together. His Excellency Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi has done his job. And that is reality. We don't have voices that will really stand out in society, that will talk against non-racial diversity. That era is wrong. It is fight for survival and fight for recognition. I myself sometimes get racial remarks, but I don't let it affect me. I don't know really, my Divine Master really protected me and all my ancestors, because sometimes I'm just one Indian amongst 4,000 or 5,000 Zulus. But mind you, I never once received any bad negativity from them. You get the cheap gossip here and there, but what I ensured and made sure that I will never give them an opportunity to find fault with me. My master, Sri Swami Shivananda and Swami Sajananda. Swami Sajananda practically molded me, sometimes used to punish me, a lot, tremendously sometimes. And My master used to say there are mere vibrations in the air whenever people gossip, speak whatever. Yes, in life everyone go through turmoils, go through the humps and bumps, but what is most is to speak truth and stick to truth. Never divert, because whatever we're tempted, whatever God wills at the end of the day will happen so. No man can change the will of God. Where my master used to be very clear, to serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize, be good, be kind, be compassionate, serve, love, give. Always. Nothing mattered. Even people brought a lot of gifts on one side, and equally in front of them, you will pass it on. Nothing will remain with you. Such was my Divine Master. And that's how the work of Swami Shivananda through Swami Sahajananda happened here in this country. It was all ordained. And Shane, your meeting with Swami Sahajananda, it all comes from past birth. You were an Indian before. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very humbled. You know, when the book was commissioned, Her Royal Highness, together with His Majesty, sat long hours doing a tribute for the book. Almost 5 pages is in the book. It was done then, signed by His Majesty. And you see all the workings of God. Because the forward was done by Mundwana Pindangele. Then, in 2019, the tribute of His Majesty was done then, long before even Professor Mapalala even finalized it. And I only can say is that God has His hand in everything. And today I stand before you and dedicate this book to my Divine Masters and His Majesty. Because all this praise, glory will come and go. It will come and go. Today I'm standing here. Tomorrow we must go down. Eventually, what we take, nothing. Nothing at all. So, unless we serve others, then only we'll be able to be at peace at everything. I don't let anything affect me. But one thing His Majesty taught me and my Master Sri Swami Sahajananda: never compromise the truth. Stand for what you believe, even if you have to be hated. Mr. Vivian Reddy is doing such great work, but daily you'll find someone somewhere in the newspapers doing their own things, carrying on. Such is also the law of God, because people, unless they change, then only we'll be able to have a good society. And it must start with us. It must start with us. And over the years, we've met so many people. But it never affected our inner soul. Because these things come and go. But my love for my culture, for the Zulu culture, no man will change me for who I am. I am Mabheka Zulu, Ishwar Ramlutchman, and I will remain that for generations to come, because God has willed it so. I recall my wedding in 2003. Mundwana Pindangele, together with the cabinet, attended my wedding, and now it's gone almost 2 decades. And you see, when we look back, it was the term social cohesion was not there. But all this was done through the spirit of love for each other. Mr. Akash Bramdal spoke about Ubuntu. Unless we practice it, then only we'll be able to live together. I can go to Osut. It's my home. Everyone, Mahadev, you take care of us so much. The first thing she will come is to ensure that I have a big belly. So we get taken care of. And I want to pay special tribute to my mom for being there for us, taking care of us. Mind you, we used to get hiding with the belt. And we will line up. I recall being little, we line up, she will bath. She was all about. Get us dressed for bed. She worked hard just to ensure we didn't have much, but whatever we had, we all my brothers, sisters, picked up. God's grace was upon them. And yes, that's how a family, if you stay together and invoke God, then only He will channel you. No man will remain down. Never. Unless you reach out and kneel. To the royal family, I'm very happy that Princess Kabo is here. She's the youngest daughter of His Majesty. When His Majesty passed away, she's in boarding school in Gomanambi. But one thing I noticed of her, Makeba, she was very focused in her studies. There was a time we were very worried because we were all alone and being the youngest. By the way, she led Mkosi Oshan, the royal break dance ceremonies with thousands that used to be there. She used to lead and setting such a high example, leading in certain aspects in school, even being put into the netball team of the school. But this is what development is about, human development. You know, when you stand alone and when you have to go with them and say, what is it you want? And you have shown that, Mabheka. Keep it up. I want to also pay tribute and thank Ishwari for standing by me. Good times, bad times. In Zulu we say, Ngiyabonga for stand us up. I must say, all the big functions we have and what have you, she will come with her team, my friends, and make sure things are done according to how my Swami used to want it. Thank you very much. I also want to thank my aunt and uncle that is here today. When I finished my matric, I never had a place to stay. I got a job as a driver in Richards Bay in Matuba, and she took care of me, and today she's here. And all my friends, families, I say a big thank you to you all. And all those that support the Shivananda World Peace Foundation, all the yoga experts, my friends. I say a big thank you to all of you. Mr. Janak, Silanachri, Dashi, Mukesh, Rekha, Jaya, Ray, Joanne, Colin, Mr. Omi Singh. All of you are playing a major role in this bigger vision of us uniting our country. don't think you're doing it for Ishwar. Ishwar will pass away. We are doing it for humanity. And let us keep that spirit. You know, we always tend to get negativity, but when we stand on the ground and we look back, we must be able to say, when we leave the stage, it's prepared for the next person to take over. And ladies and gentlemen, lastly, I want to pay tribute to my king. Really, it's been tough for me, but his spirit lived on, because what he taught me was, you be very focused. And he always used to say to me, whenever there's some negative things in the paper, he will phone Mr. Vivian Reddy, we'll chat. And then he'll give me the call and say, don't bother yourself about all these things. Ignore it. And that was it. Mind you, that was it. I never bothered myself. And I stand before you, giving praise to him, because in Tunkulu you have served His Majesty. All the huge functions that took place, it is all ordained that Mabheka marry His Majesty and welcome me and my family in the Royal Palace. If I try to analyze all this, even at Kwapendangene, in Tunkulu, when I get from the gate, normally the security stop you. When I get to the gate, you just pass. When I get to the Royal Palace, we are treated with so much of love from everyone. It's home, not from now. In Tunkulu, Irene, even there were days, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi never used to be at home most of the time because of his busy schedule, traveling overseas. And I used to visit in Tunkulu with Ishwari on Mother's Day. And she will give us so much of warmth, so much of care. And she will sit and read all the newspapers and cut all the articles, knowing that she's giving support to Schengen. And it's so marvelous, because unless we acknowledge the woman in our lives in Zulu, then only we'll be able to be at peace, because we tend to deviate from these things, you know, but again, we must stay focused. Ladies and gentlemen, I will end by saying to Professor Mapalala a very big thank you for all the hard work put in the book together. I want to say thank you to the gatekeeper, Rekha Ramjogi, for doing the design and sitting late nights getting the book. Sometimes it used to really finish the next morning, you know. And our publisher, Untumuse Nkambi, I want to say a very big thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, the last thing, please bear with me. It just come to me, and I must apologize. I give praise to Shembe, Unyazile Zulu, who in Koseyama Nazareth was a Busheli. I have been very fond of the Nazareth Baptist Church from the early 1990s. And at that time, I went and met Inkosi Uchingolongosazan, and I took my Swami, and then we visited in Hlagagazi mountain, and that is the holy mountain. And we continued, and after the passing of Utingo, I even recall when I was so privileged in my lifetime to enter the tomb with Montwana Pindangene, tomb of Isaiah Shembe at Epahame. And if I look at all these things, even up till now, Unyazile Zulu come to my place in Mpangeni every year without fail and have a service from the morning till the afternoon. We're to about 4,000 or 5,000 people. And I attend services all over. A month ago I was at Umlazi. Whenever we know Shanga is in a certain place, we don't need to. We just, sometimes we don't understand. But automatically, the word of God, you feel oneness and peace. And I give thanks to Unyazile Zulu because he's really shown me love as well. You'll see that aspect in the book. Unyazi have about 16 million followers all over, and now even across the borders. All this tell me that all this is only ordained by God, nothing else. Even I want to thank our Bishop, Archbishop Thabo Makhoba for his lovely message, Mohanji from India, also Janeshwar Mulay from India for sending their messages of support. This all show that there's been some connection, and my message to everyone is summed up in my master's words, which I'll end. To see God in all names and forms, to serve the poor and needy, seeing God in them, to relieve the pain, sorrows and sufferings of others, to share what you have with others, to be a cosmic friend and a cosmic benefactor, a friend of the poor, the forlorn, the helpless and the fallen is my creed, unquote. We all try to practice this advice from my Divine Master in our small way to contribute towards the upliftment of mankind. I also give thanks to our headquarters in Rishikesh, India, the abode of my master, for all the support over the years, and Swami Vimalananda, who His Excellency, the Prince of Kapilagene, and His Majesty was in constant contact with and always met them. In Lupulu, Yabonga Kulu, for your presence. You are part of us, and we will be part of you. Shenge, Siyathokoza kakhulu. There's no words for me to say, but to say Siyathokoza. Jinangwe, ngiyabonga kakhulu for your presence. Really, it humbles me to have you. We go a long way. Mr. Vivian Reddy, Mrs. Reddy, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Shenge, Siyathokoza kakhulu for being that hand to Mundwana Pinangene and to take the reins and to move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, it is reality. The work of Mundwana Pinangene is done. You all must know his son, Prince Tutugereza, who will always be there. And we wish him to carry Mundwana's legacy in all its glory. And also for keeping the spirit of Bayete, Ndlogomban, legacy alive. If we do not use Ndlogomban as a symbol of hope, peace, and a symbol of unity in our country, this country is going to burn. It's going to burn unless we come together and become a voice and say no to things. These are my parting words, and I thank you so much for being patient and enjoy the meals and just be happy wherever you go, whatever you do. Just be happy. Even if someone tramp your toes, let it be just for that moment, but move on in life. When someone smashed your car, you are angry at that moment. Later the insurance deal with it, the car is fixed. Sometimes you decide to change the car. Then after that, you forgot about it, you are happy. So let life become like that. Problems will come and go, but never despair. Just be happy. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry that the function took so long.
Thank you.